Bodies,
Okay.
bodies, I'm so glad you're here. Da, 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 da. Who can we invite to a different possibility with Helen?
And Bettina.
Oh, good morning to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. So, on this beautiful, gorgeous day on planet Earth, I wonder truly what is possible and what can we create. So, welcome everybody to the Monday morning inspiration. Whether you are new to it or you have been with it ever since I started last year, or whether you see it on the YouTube channel and you find this video, hi there and hello to your bodies. And I have with me today Dr. Helen Gitlevich from Chicago. And you know, we have been talking here about creation and creativity. And if you have listened to this before, you know that my version of creativity and creation is at large. Like, what can we create here? So if you are an artist and painter, a singer, or you are a doctor, or you are, you know, a gardener, or whatever you are doing and creating on the planet, this is the invitation for you, and also the introduction of amazing tools that can create so much more ease for you being here. And question of the day, you being here, what if this includes your body? How much do we even exclude our bodies and not bring it in, like never really look, never check, never honor, never nurture? And I know some of you might be really good at it. And so I invited our beautiful Dr. Helen to be here with us
Good
today.
morning.
Yes. and I know Helen, I know of you that you combine all the knowledge that you have as a medical doctor with your intuition and your knowing, and also with the amazing tools of Access Consciousness. And also you are a 3-day body class facilitator. You are a certified facilitator for Access Consciousness. And you are also an Akashic record facilitator. So you combine so many things. And I thought, wow, let's have Helen. And thank you so much for being here and for saying yes to this. And what do you know about the joy of creation? And what do you know about including body? So I give you the terrain now, and have fun, and let's ask many questions. So for everyone on here, please ask questions, chime in, and if there's anything that is going on with your bodies or not, ask questions, okay? Here we go. Hi, Helen.
Hi, everybody, and thank you, Bettina, for inviting me to this joyful conversation about creation with bodies and also about creation or creativity. We talk a lot about what is creation, what is creativity, and how many people actually realize that it's not what we think.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. What is this? Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
I love your background.
Isn't that fun? I know.
It's so beautiful. And
you are such a Wonder Woman.
And I love the light behind, kind of like gives a glow in the background.
That's a fun, yes.
It is fun. And that's what creation is about. It's about fun. That's what I would like to talk about. Because a lot of people think of creation of doing, and it's not. Creation is about lightness, about magic, about just thinking and receiving. Because we know about ask and you shall receive, but we forget about that. We forget that's what part of creation. There is difference between creation and generation and institution, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about just the part of creation where we can create with our bodies. We like to ignore our bodies a lot of time in spiritual practices, and I was reminded yesterday, surprisingly enough, that, oh wait, our body is sinful, our bodies are wrong, our bodies are about
Because our bodies are hazardous. They can
hazardous.
they can go wrong. Then we have to fix them. They can get pregnant. They can like go like, and usually, Helen, also usually we don't even consider our bodies. We assume they function, and if they malfunction, literally malfunction, we have to take them to somebody like our car and get them fixed, and we get all upset also, and we never ask questions. So what is it? What do you know? Do you want to say anything about, like, has it always been, I know you have such ease with creation. Has it always been easy for you? Has it always been that ease filled where as you said, you ask for something and then you receive? Like, what is that even?
Exactly. And a lot of times, I'm going to tell a joke that I told yesterday about a very religious guy was driving around, couldn't find the parking. And so he was asking God, God, help me. I'll be even more religious. I will do this. I'll do that. But please help me to find the parking. After half an hour driving, he started asking for it. Because first we have to do is to do ourselves, right? So he starts asking, it's like, oh, I will do, he was Jewish, so he was asking, I'll observe Shabbat, I'll go to synagogue and do a lot of other things, but it can be church, it can be anything. And suddenly he sees the parking. The next thing he says, oh God, never mind, I just found the parking. A lot of times what we do, we ask, we receive, but we forget the part of gratitude. We forget that we co-create with magical creatures, with elementals, with universe, with all the consciousness. And we're, by being conscious and by asking questions, we create. It's not like it happens. It's not like I found the parking. It's about creation from question. Creation from our bodies, because our bodies is a huge contribution. Bodies are the ones that live in this reality. Think about it. Is our soul, our being, does it eat? Does it require food? Does it require sex? Does it require touch? No. Does it require money?
Does it require nice dresses? Does it require like water? No. Yes, exactly.
The body is the one that lives. The body is the one that enjoys all the luxury of this reality, luxury of living, luxury of clothes, luxury of car, traveling. Nature, when we are walking on the grass, we are engaging with the magic of nature. That's what creation is. Close your eyes for a second and just go into that space of your heart. And you will realize when you go into the space of your heart, it's much bigger than you think. Just see what you can find there. And you might see a forest, you might see ocean, and just see what comes to you? What inspiration?
Yeah, and even what sensation comes to you guys all now, right? Like,
Yeah.
what is it? The energy of that. I
And
love
just
this, Helen.
expand
This
it.
is beautiful. Like, how much are we going to the head,
Yeah. But
right?
from
And
that
never to
space,
the heart,
yeah,
right?
from that space, I invite you to expand.
Hmm.
Expand your heart, expand that light beyond the body, beyond this planet. And if you have any barriers, anything that stops the expansion, just drop them. For this 5 seconds, for this 10 seconds, just drop everything. Everything, all the protection you used to use, any barriers to other people, any barriers to receiving, just expand throughout the whole universe and beyond. And just sense what your heart is and what creation is, because you cannot explain creation. Creation is the energy of being present. Creation, especially with the body. And the body is not that small physical form that we think about. You can open your eyes and we can continue the conversation, because our bodies connect to everything. When you expand it, did you sense everything in the universe? How was your experience? I'll ask you questions. So CJ, how did you feel? What did you sense when you were in that expanded heart?
More space, more and more space.
Mm-hmm.
No contraction.
How easy is it to receive from that space versus when we are contracted?
Much easier.
How much more can we receive?
Yes.
And how much more can we create?
Yes.
So my invitation to you, be present in your life by actually being that space of heart and gratitude. Because to me, when I go to my heart, it's a space of gratitude. It's a space of love. It's a space of magic. What if we all be that all the time? What the universe would be? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the universe might actually be a yeah, and even the earth. What would the earth be? What would the world be if we all were in our heart? I love this, Helen. This is so beautiful. And today we talk about, has anybody ever introduced you to your body? Like, just get the space, like if you as a baby had been welcomed that way with this beautiful exercise, or whatever you want to call it, that Helen just
Which is allowance, because kids are actually in that space all the time. Think of any child that your child, if you have kids, when they were babies. When you come in their presence, what happened to your body? Just sense that for a second. How much are those kids in that space of love, in that space of gratitude, and in that heart space? It's weird, the adults, we stop our bodies. We start looking at the media, at the magazines that show us what the body is supposed to look like. What if it's not about what's supposed to? What if everybody is beautiful? Mm-hmm. What if everybody is that gift that we forget? We look at it as a curse. A lot of people look at that as a curse. But who created that body? Let me ask you a question.
I wonder who created your body?
Yeah, but in reality, we did by our judgments. If the person judges their body as being fat, guess what happens? it becomes fat. There was a movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? I don't know if you guys saw it. And there is a moment where she looks in the mirror and she starts judging her body. That's her start, where she judges, and the body changes. It becomes almost like a blob of fat, and her face changes, gets old. And then suddenly she's like, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. And she starts writing on her body with a red marker, I love you, everywhere, on her legs, on her body, on her stomach. And the body starts changing into that beautiful inner core of what bodies are. And again, my invitation is to choose, because all it takes is a choice. You can choose stop judging it, because that's the most evil thing we can do, judging our bodies. Nothing else matters, because that's where all the diseases comes in. Because if we judge our body sick, it automatically becomes sick.
You mean our bodies are basically doing whatever we project on them?
Tell them. Yeah. They're like that like we made our body into a servant. And we order it.
Yeah, like a slave, where we never ask it, hey, body, what do you require? And, sometimes, Helen, we don't learn in this reality when we grow up. We don't even learn to ask our body questions. So many people, and all of you who are watching this installment, this show in the future, and so many people are wondering, how do I even ask my body what is it? So are there any tools that, like what you said, in the moment when we judge our bodies and we get the awareness, what can we do then? What are the tools we can use and our viewers can use? Do you have some really cool
I have actually a couple of tools.
One of them. Wow.
And they both are very simple. It's a questions. When we start judging our bodies, first of all, it might not be even our judgment. We can ask, who does it belong to? Could have been our mothers judging her body when we were kids, and we created it the way mother created her body. And by asking who does it belong to, a lot of times that dissipates that energy. Because also it might be judgment of somebody passing by if you're outside. Or maybe 10,000 miles away from you, somebody is judging their body, but we are psychics. We pick up that judgment. And we're like, oh, I'm fat. We have no idea where it came from. It might be somebody else sitting at the mirror and trying some dress. And the mirror, by the way, can have judgments as well.
Yeah, Helen, that is just so cool. How many of you have you ever noticed, like it is amazing when you start observing that. Whenever I go to the hairdresser, all of a sudden, I feel great and it's joyful, and I'm gonna let my hair beautiful, all that. And then I sit there, and as I look into this mirror, I keep getting older, and like my face is changing. And like you just said this, the mirror, wow, this is actually awesome, Helen, that you bring this up. I wonder how many of you all got caught in that. The mirror.
And especially in the store. In the store.
How many people are judging their bodies? Ooh,
nice music.
How many people look in the mirror from judgment, and then it gets locked into the mirror, and then you go sit in the chair all happy and joyful, and then you just look, and it's like, are we aware of all these judgments, Helen? And can you
Mhm.
say more about this?
That's where I was going about who does it belong to.
Mm.
Because even in the mirror, it's not our judgment, it's somebody else's.
What do we do with the mirrors? Can we change this with the mirrors?
Change them. We can ask the mirror to clear those judgments.
How
Because
did you do this?
you just ask the mirror. Just say, mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
On the wall.
Yes,
would you like
that
to
one, that
clear-
curse.
Yeah, that curse. Would you like to clear all those judgments that people put on you?
So you
That
mean we are more powerful than the mirror?
No, we are so small and pathetic that we can't do anything. Of course, we're more powerful than the mirror. Of course, we're more powerful than anybody else.
So the mirror doesn't have to tell us who is the most beautiful woman in the county. You mean the mirror does not have that power, right? Like
Right.
the fairy
We don't need
tale.
to listen to it.
Oh, that.
Yeah, we don't have to buy those judgments.
Oh, can you say more about this? We don't have to listen to these voices.
The
the
idea
mirrors?
is those voices are lies. All the judgments are lies. We talk about light and heavy in access consciousness, and everything that's true will be light, and everything heavy will be a lie. So think of any judgments on your body right now. Oi, oi. How light do you feel right now with all those judgments? I don't know about you, but I'm kind of getting nauseous.
Do you need a bucket?
Pretty soon, I think I would. But before we do the bucket, can we let go of those judgments? Can we ask, who does it belong to? How much
Wow.
lighter do you feel? And are you willing to destroy and uncreate all those judgments that you bought as yours and you still buying as true and real?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's as simple as asking it to go away. You don't have to buy them. You don't have to believe in them. Those are implants that we implanted. Implants are programs that emotions, feelings that we stuck, or sensation that we're stuck with by other people, by ourselves, that keeps running our lives, running our body, and creating a lot of havoc in our lives.
And for instance, like as an example, did you ever like you, let's say you put on a beautiful dress, or you put on a beautiful like color shirt, like red or any like intense color, and somebody said something to you, oh, you look ridiculous in this, or what are you wearing, who do you think you are? And you cannot walk around like this, right? And so when TJ, you are laughing, right?
Yes, I am laughing. Yes, it's so true.
How many of us did receive those judgments? And we kind of like, oh, okay, I'll take that dress off and never wear it again.
Yeah.
Stop. It's amazing video that Bob Newhart did, I don't know how many years ago, how many tens of years ago, where he said, stop it. Like, remember 3 words? Those 3 words will get you out of any situation. What are those 3 words? Stop. Just stop it.
Knock it off. And you know, I remember, if you guys have seen the movie Secretariat, there is the horse trainer. He is, and they say about him, he dresses like Superfly. And when you just watch this, how and it's a brilliant movie anyway, one of my favorite ones. But when you see how the guy dresses and how he matches patterns and colors, and yet like how much see when we allow all of that, and when we don't buy other people's judgments, like what if this is actually also you being you? And Helen, can you say more about this? I love this conversation so much. Like you being you, what contribution can our bodies be to that? To us even finding what that is, being us?
It's interesting because for years I had no idea who I was. I would match other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. I would please my husband. I would like things. I would put the costume of whoever I was with, or I would match them.
Yes.
And it didn't feel comfortable, but I had no idea who I was. By asking questions of actually, who am I? Started opening this. It started to take off those masks that I put on. And the more we ask the questions about what do I like to wear? What do I like to eat? And asking the body, we can use kinesiology, which is a muscle testing, which is very simple. You can
Show us. How do we do this?
One of the things I use is like with the fingers, you put the fingers together.
You put them together?
Yeah, like this, and you try to hold it. And you ask, body, show me yes. And my yes is, it's like tight. Body, show me no. And it opens up. And then when you're looking at something that you either like to buy or like to wear or like to eat.
A class you like to go to for a class, right?
For classes, you just follow the energy. You can ask, body, would you like to go to that class? Let's say the body class in Canada. Body, would you like to go to that class? Of course, yes.
Sure.
Body, would you like to eat that, let's see, this thing?
No, I didn't know. Body, would you like to drink green tea? That's for my body. It's a strong yes. And it's cool to play with this, simple. And for you guys who are on the phone, like, do you all know this kinesiology test that Helen is talking about? Because you cannot see us.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Cool.
It's called the pinch test, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you can also use, like, you put your feet together, touching, feet touching, and you ask your body, like you ask the question or whatever. If it's about food, you can hold the food in front of you and you ask your body, would you like to ingest this? Would you like to eat this? And then when your body goes forward, it's a yes. When it goes backwards, it's a no. So, and so I love this.
Another one, when you can ask somebody else with the arm extended, which is majority of doctors use that, or I would say holistic doctors, not traditional doctors, where you ask if the body allergic to something, and if it's a yes, it will be very strong, and if it's no, it will go down. But you need somebody else's assistance with that, which is also fun. You can play with that with other people. And bodies like to be touched, by the way. We talk about creation with bodies, and we forget the sexualness of the body. We forget that body is very sensual, likes nurturing, likes touch. We talk about that in a lot of my classes, about creation with bodies, but that starts with honoring the body, with being grateful for the body, being vulnerable with the body.
And yes, Helen, I love this. And there's something else also, that when we just get for a moment, all of you, the space of gratitude, and when you are grateful, and you brought us to that space so beautifully, Helen, thank you so much. When you are grateful for your body and you say thank you to it. Also, Helen, can you talk more about acknowledgement? When we acknowledge our bodies, what is that, and what does that create, even for everything, like for our business, for our life, for the future and the earth?
Of course, body is so connected to earth. And when we acknowledge that, we start sensing what earth communicates to us. What we communicate to earth. And acknowledging the body helps us to create that communion with everything in the world. It's not just saying, oh, body, yes, you're here. No, it's acknowledging is much more. Acknowledging is being present with the body and not judging it. Allowing it to tell us what it requires.
So
even to the point to
yes.
Even to the point, body, who do you want to have sex with?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we have the judgments of who we'd like to have sex with. It has to be tall, handsome, dark, and probably a bad boy attitude for women, and gorgeous, beautiful, slim woman. But what if it's not? What if the body likes something else? What if the body gets nurturing from another body, no matter what its shape is? Would you be willing in allowance of your body, acknowledging that it has consciousness? It has that magic and communion with all things. And that's how we start creating with our body. We start generating. We can ask the body to contribute to our money flows, to contribute to our businesses, to contribute to our relationships.
How do you do that? Can you give us a tool to use for that? Like including and also asking our bodies to contribute, let's say, to our money flows or to our business.
That's what you do. You ask body, would you contribute? Could you contribute to the business? What would it take, body, for us to contribute to the business? Body, what would it take for us to create more money?
And also, like when people have some like when their body has some conditions of any kind, like what would you say? What like asking
Body,
what question can what?
Body, what are you telling me with this? Because everything is a signal, everything is information. Disease is just what it is. It's this is. So you can ask body, how can we create ease? Even with this, how can we change that? What's required here? And not shy away from traditional medicine or non-traditional. It's about asking questions, because sometimes a surgery is required.
Yes.
Or sometimes it's not.
Yes, I love that. Like you combine all of this. You have the medical knowledge. You are a medical doctor, and you also ask questions, and you function from a totally different reality, like what we do not learn here. And what does that create, Helen?
It Exactly. Just think for a moment. Just look at that space. What would it create?
I love it. My body is getting all excited and sparkly. Like,
Yeah, what if you used everything? That brings me to how I was brought up. There was always a choice. You either do this or that. It's about doing all of it. You can have everything.
really?
It's not about exclusion.
What do you mean we can have everything? Like, really?
You can choose.
Woohoo.
Yeah, because body can create anything and everything that you desire just by asking. Body is connected to the universe. When we expanded our heart, the body expanded with that, because the physical form does not stop at where we see it. There is energy that goes beyond that. We measure the aura. There is energetic body. There is so many different bodies that we have that goes way outside. And the embodiment is pretty much the whole world, the universe, because we are connected to it. We are in communion with everything. If we choose to, we can choose to close it like we do majority of the time, or we did before we had the tools. Now that we have tools, let's stay in that expanded state. Let's be that heart. Let's be that space of gratitude, the vulnerability, the honor, and just be that.
And then in the moment something else comes up, just like, let
Who
it
does
go.
it belong to?
What?
Who does it belong to? Just ask that question.
Yes.
Because that's something that comes and try to push us away. It's not ours. It's not us. It's something that we can just send away. And we don't have to buy it as ours.
Yeah. And I would like to open the grounds here now also for you guys to ask questions. Are there any questions? I'm sort of sensing them in the space. Who has questions? Bodies.
Yes.
How can a person connect with their body's knowingness to create? Is it through question?
Yeah, just asking the question. Is
Okay.
body, what's required here to create whatever you're creating? Body, what can we be or do different here that would create blank, whatever you choose to? And I usually add with ease. I like ease with everything that I create. There's so many questions you can ask, but most important is stop judging the information that it comes or the form it comes in. Whenever, because a lot of times signals that come from the body we interpret as pain. It's because we did not listen to it before. So what you can ask is, body, can you lower the intensity and show me it in a different way? That's how you can start communicating with the body and start creating with that. So instead of judging, oh, it hurts, I feel pain, ask, okay, I'm sensing this sensation that feels like pain. First of all, is it mine? Who does it belong to? Or it also could be, what does it belong to? Because sometimes Earth communicates with us. And if we don't hear, the intensity goes up, 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 until we perceive it as pain. I used to have horrible migraines ever since I was a kid. I had no idea that it was Earth communicating with me. And the first class, the foundation that I did with Access, I learned that tool and I'm like, oh, that's Earth? Cool. I'll just give energy to Earth. Let's do it right now on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And suddenly my headache was gone, which was like, oh, wow. And then I started asking body, can we lower the intensity next time? I hear you. We are in communion.
Yeah.
And next time the headache was not here, it was maybe here. And I'm like, cool. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But please, body, can we lower it even more? And it kept going down and down. And over the years, right now it's just like maybe a little twinge. And I'm like, okay, is it Earth requiring something? Cool. Let's give her the energy that's required. And that's how you start creating with that. Also, body might communicate about the business the same way. The business might require some energy, or another person might require energy. So you ask, what is that's required? So just allow yourself, be in allowance of what is, not trying to judge it, not trying to figure out what's wrong with my body. Just asking, what is that? What do I do with it? Can I change it? How can I change it?
That just asking questions to our body, and what amazing adventure, and like the journey that can start. Like, what if your body is your friend, and you ask it questions about everything as if you talk to your friend? And are you all willing to start that? What else is truly possible from asking questions and not expecting any outcome? But
exactly, because that's a good question, because a lot of times people ask questions already have a point of view about what they'd like to hear. And that's not a question. That's a conclusion with the question mark attached.
Yes. It's so funny. It makes me laugh, It's like Jim Carrey driving in the movie, right? And God, you never hear me. You don't hear me. And there's the stop sign in front of him. I need your help. And I was asking questions. And you never say anything to me. And there's another stop sign at the truck that is driving in front of him. And it's like, we don't expect expectations.
We don't hear that. And especially if we have expectations about the body, the body cannot give you anything other that doesn't match the expectations. Or the judgments.
So Helen, when we expect, or when we think that our body is only giving us information via pain, then the body also must use that as a tool, because otherwise we would not hear it, we would not listen.
No, and the intensity has to be extremely high for us to hear it.
Just to get through the mind chatter, right?
Yeah.
So what other questions do you guys have? Because we are otherwise coming to a closing here. So are there any other questions for Helen?
Or for Bettina?
Or for your bodies?
Or for your beings?
Or for your creations?
Or for whatever you'd like to create?
I have another question. It's a little more specific. That I want to create from my heart so much, and I'm wondering if this is related. I guess I should ask questions about it, but I have urgent heart, like they feel very urgent, heart symptoms, irregular heartbeats, and you know, sometimes I've had to go to the hospital with them, and so I'm wondering how can I, you know, listen to that and create some ease. I love some of your previous ideas. I'm going to try those.
Right. Like a lot of those might shift things, and ask, body, what do you require? Do you require go to a special doctor? Because you might ask your body, because there might be one specific doctor or a group of doctors that will change all of this. It doesn't have to be a doctor, it might be a chiropractor, it might be something else, but ask, who do I need to see to change that? What do I need to be or do that will change that and give us ease? And what is that? What do I do with it? Can I change it? And how can I change it? There is so many questions to ask, but also we're talking about creation, but there is also generation and institution, which requires some action. So the action might be calling somebody, doing certain tests, taking maybe certain vitamins, supplements, or medication, or maybe changing relationship, changing work, changing something in your life that will shift that. This is about looking at what creates that, looking at the point of creation of that particular thing, issue, problem, and asking, is it actually mine? Who does it belong to? Are you healing somebody with that? So there is so many questions you can ask, where you can look at where in subconscious is that judgment or that idea is stuck, that's creating this. By knowing that, by looking at that, a lot of times the physical symptoms shift. And sometimes it's required the body processes, where certain energies get stuck in the body from trauma, from emotions, from feelings. And the only way to unlock it is the energy of the body processes, where it's hands-on. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's a
energy
lot
work, right?
of
It's
energy work,
yeah.
That unlocks that stuck energy in the body, that helps to release that.
And then, like, you know, as you said earlier, Helen, and when we approach our bodies, if you approach your body not from it is wrong, but from, wow, what is actually right about this? What is right about my body? And really asking, body, you know, please, is there a way that, you know, you can bring this information to me and show me, what do you know? What is it that I'm not getting? And see where that journey with your body leads you. So how are all your bodies?
Whee! It's speaking now. It likes it.
Yeah, just having this conversation, do you notice how your bodies are with all of this? Because we are talking about them, we are acknowledging them. It's like saying, hi body. We are here together.
We are here.
Helen, where do people find you?
I have my personal website and webpage on the Access Consciousness site. So they can either Google me, Dr. Helen Gitlevich.
Okay, so your website, what is your website?
Website is www.creatingabundancewithisease.com, which combines the school that I founded, Akashic School of Creation, and also Access Consciousness. And from that, oh, by the way, you can download the meditation we did, which is a little different on the website. It's a little bit more extensive, and it's for free. And you signed up for my newsletter on the website. It's on the first page. It's called Expansion Exercise. And the other one is helengitlevich.accessconsciousness.com.
Do you have any classes coming up, Helen?
Quite a few. I'm actually going to Dallas with 5 days of bars and foundation. I'm going to Regina, Canada with 3-day body class. I'm doing bars and foundation in Chicago, not this weekend, next weekend. I'm also going to Israel with foundation and Akashic Record classes. Moscow in November, El Salvador in November, and Holland in November. And there would be Canada in May of next year, and a couple of other classes coming up. I'm also hosting Talk to the Entities class with Heather McMillan in Chicago. So you're welcome to join us.
Okay, so Helen, thank you so much for being here and for talking about bodies and creating with our bodies, including our bodies. And I'm so grateful for everyone who joined us here and all your amazing questions. So, you know, you can rewatch the replay, which I'm going to post on the YouTube channel, and you can share it with other people if you know anybody who might benefit from this and would like to have a different relationship of maybe communion with their bodies and creating with their bodies. Yeah, please feel free to share and invite them. And I'm so grateful for you all to be here. And truly, what else is possible? What joy of creation and what magic can we tap into, have, and receive with asking questions? So I adore you all and thank you so very much. And I see you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, and for everybody who will be watching later on as well in the recording. And hope to see you soon.
Yes, thank you. I see you soon.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.